And welcome back. I thought I'd just sit over here and see how Zach's seat was, since he's going to be tasered here coming up soon. We'll find out who's going to replace the seat here. Just kidding. All right, 51 degrees out there. A lot cooler when you wake up this morning and walk out, but quite nice. A lot of people are going to enjoy that. Carissa, you cannot be making that kind of food and sending it up here every Thursday. We'll all be at the gym constantly. But anyway, temperatures are going to be sticking around 69 today. Not going to be hot, but you're going to see temperatures tomorrow around 70 as well. We don't have to worry about rain. There's only that 10% chance of those pop-up showers, so we're A-OK. Looks like rodeo weekend hit it big. Going to be nice, cool. Grab a jacket on your way to the rodeo Friday and Saturday night. We'll see many of you Friday morning. Special Needs Rodeo. Don't forget about that, and just enjoy the weekend. All right, we're going to head over to JC now.
Kind of a little family thing going on this morning. Jonathan Berrryhill, congratulations, man, running the state senate here and being up here on the program, and I've known you for a while. You seem like I sort of say a good kid. How old are you?
I'll be 37.
37?
Yeah.
Got a long way to go. 6 kids,
That's
farmer,
right.
live over in Anderson.
Yeah.
You've been involved in a little everything. What are some things you have been involved in?
Well, when I graduated high school, I enlisted in the Army and became an infantryman, expert infantryman. Was a sergeant, led troops over in Bosnia and Kosovo and those areas. And when I got out of the military, my wife, I married my high school sweetheart. And when I got out, that's what got me into law enforcement because I just been in the infantry and,
right.
you know, and so I got into law enforcement. Well, after doing law enforcement for a while and having a good friend of mine get shot and killed, my wife had asked me to, begged me to get out of that as well. So I ended up walking on at UNA at 24 and played linebacker over there. And then got done some injuries from the military.
You played for Hudspeth?
Hudspeth, yeah.
He's doing good these
Yeah,
days.
he is. Raging Cajuns
Mark,
over
yeah,
there.
I know. He did our show in Florence.
Yeah, absolutely. Good guy. He and I got along real well. He come from the Naval Academy, and I hadn't been out of the military and a police officer. And so, anyway, I ended up leaving there, graduating at Athens State University. And my wife graduated at Athens State. And I started a medical business about 7 years ago, and then we also started farming about that same time. And that brings us up to where we are now.
You got 6 kids.
I have 6 kids.
Ages, I know your youngest is 2.
My youngest is a girl, she's 2. My oldest is a girl, she's 14. I got 4 boys in between there.
Well, you got some good people to help you work there.
Oh, absolutely.
Why on earth, as successful as you've been in your Army career, other career here, and college graduate, would you want to be a politician?
Well,
I mean, that's just a simple question you can get.
Absolutely. I've told people before, I said, you know, if you know me and you've been around me, I'm not a politician. I'm not a career politician. I've never had political aspirations. Last year, I actually started a seminary program to get in the mission, the ministry.
Right.
And in doing so, I felt the Lord calling me to do something for my state, my country, and I was thinking, well, I can't get back in the military. I don't.
Can't play football again. You're too old for that.
That's right. So my wife and I prayed about it, and the next day, a good friend of mine and yours, you know who I'm talking about, Stan, called me, and we had coffee down at Starbucks down the road here.
That's his favorite hangout.
Oh, absolutely. And he loves them lattes.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there, and he says, Jonathan, talking with some guys, we need some guys like you down in Montgomery, and we don't need no career politicians. We need, you know, farmers and business owners such as yourself and good Christian men. And so my wife and I just prayed that night before, fervently praying, and so it really put a fire in my heart and in my belly to do that. And so we qualified in January, and we started the race. And so that brings us up to where we are now, campaigning.
How hard is it to, now, having been a former politician for 2 weeks and running for probate judge, Stan's former position, I didn't have to do nothing like you're doing. You're running in not a statewide race, but a race here in North Alabama. Right. How hard is that, and what have you learned from that experience?
Well, I'll tell you, it's tough. It's a big area. A lot of people will disagree, and if you're not their guy, they'll make a lot of noise. And so I think the big thing that we're trying to do up here in North Alabama is to get a Republican, a good conservative Republican in up here to represent North Alabama, to join the supermajority down there in Montgomery, so we can bring, I think that'll help a huge North Alabama and opportunities.
All right, the two people you're running against are pretty well known in their area,
That's
here
right.
and there. What is the difference between you and the other two guys who are older than you? One
Right.
of them barely, and one of them, a little bit.
Well, I think the biggest difference is I've started a business from scratch and made it very profitable. I sold it. I still manage it along with 6 other medical companies across the country. I farm. I'm very diversified in what we do. I love the Lord and want to bring God back into politics. People want to separate them, and I want to bring them back because that's the way our country was founded, with God right in the middle of our politics. And so, one of the candidates is here in Athens. One of the candidates is in Florence. I live in Anderson. Anderson
So
is
you're in between.
right in the middle of the district. If you drive 45 miles either way, you're on the edge. So I'm right in the middle of the district, and I work the district from Huntsville all the way over to Florence with physicians, and so to include Athens, the guys I recruited helped recruit here. And so I think that's what's going to make a huge difference. I'm not used to focusing on Athens, or I'm not used to focusing on Florence, such as the other candidates, and that concerns me, being a citizen as well, and being here in Athens and in Florence. Is I don't want it to get overbalanced. Way too much over here, way too much over there. I think I'll keep it spread out pretty good.
What do you see as being one of, it sickens me when I read all about what they're doing in Montgomery, because, they're just trying to run everybody's life. What do you see as the biggest problem down there with everybody today?
Well, I think as a state government, we need to keep the federal's hands away from us. The federal government was created to protect us against foreign and domestic. That's it. They're not to tell us what to do, dangle carrots in front of us. And I think what we need to do is get away from anything that they offer us assistance on. I think we need to stay away from it. And I think, I look at some states that's doing a good job, and you look at Texas, they're doing a real good job, and Bentley's doing a pretty good job. He's going that way, and so I'm a big supporter of Dr. Bentley.
I guess that they would say that you're would be the underdog going into this.
That's right.
And I've heard some very positive things about you on the Dale Jackson show just this week and stuff like that. So anything else we need to know before we can, Jonathan will be back with us a couple times next week. And don't forget the Special Needs Rodeo is Friday morning. If you can make it, that'll be an awesome deal. What is something that, maybe one of the last things here that people need to know about Jonathan Berrryhill that they haven't found out yet?
Well, I think that, most people, if you know who I am, or if you don't, get on our website, jonathanberryhill.com, check us out. But, I mean what I say. I'm not a guy that, as they say,
typical politician.
Yeah,
tell me one thing.
I'm not going to tell you something, because I have 6 children, and my 4 boys look up to me. I mean, they honestly think I'm Superman, and I try to keep that role model view for them. And so and I want to make sure that I honor God in everything I do. And that's the big thing that I'd like for folks to know, that I'm going to stand for.
Well, good.
And
well, Jonathan,
hey, man,
thanks for that. We'll be seeing you next week, too.
Absolutely.
Jonathan Berrryhill, State Senate. So y'all remember him. You go out and vote on June 3rd. Y'all be seeing a lot of Jonathan here on with us and throughout the programming on Cozy TV on ZTV 11. All right, right now we'll take a break. Y'all hang on.
Local and loving.